guest, Fredrika KLAREN. Please welcome her on stage. She's the head of sustainability of Polestar. So nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah. So nice to meet you. We've been speaking in the car.
Yeah.
Because you are from Gothenburg.
Best thing, speaking
it is.
In cars.
That's what you should do when you work in this business. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you live in Gothenburg, don't you?
I do. I come from Gothenburg, born and raised.
Born and raised. Mm-hmm. And how did you become head of sustainability at Polestar?
Well, I started 5 years ago in that role. I've always worked with sustainability. And I started hearing about this very exciting brand that was being created in my hometown. And, you know, really, I think I used magical thinking. I was thinking for a while that they need someone who lead the sustainability team, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there
was a meaning of life. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm very happy being able to really shape the agenda for Polestar going forward on sustainability.
And just before we go into Polestar, what is your personal fire for sustainability? Why did you always want to work in that field?
I want to work with societal progress. I think that's my main driver. And I mean, in the automotive industry, how can you not feel passionate about the challenge and the opportunity that we have? We stand for, if we work with cars, we stand for 15% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. So we know that we have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders. But you know, what we've been hearing here today really creates not the doom and gloom feeling around that at all. I'm so energized in understanding, you know, there are solutions, there are people who want the industry to change and really tap into all of the great things with the new, more sustainable society we want to build.
Yeah, I like it because you say, well, that's what I want to ask. We've had 3 days of EVS.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now?
Well, I first of all, I'm so proud that we got EVS to be here in Gothenburg.
It is.
And it's been such a thrill to be able to be here, really, and listen to the conversations. And what I'm hearing is people being very excited to meet and talk. I think that in this exciting ecosystem that we are building around electric cars, we sometimes feel a bit alone. I can just go to my own situation at Polestar. I know that we are so reliant on a functioning ecosystem around our cars if we want to secure that they become sustainable. And we know also that, you know, it will not, we cannot just accept that our supply chains are working in a certain way or that the value chain around electric cars continues as is and put sustainability on top of that. It needs to fundamentally change. So to get to meet all of these actors that I have demands on or I feel the demands from is really, really valuable.
Like meeting the people in person. You're mostly of the time working in your own space and your own company. Yeah. And then there's the ecosystem for you.
Yeah. And it just gets me thinking, how can we do this more? And I really want to market something to you all shamelessly. The Mission Zero House is a project that we started that researches how to create climate neutral materials that can be used to produce climate neutral cars. And this is a collaborative initiative from Polestar, and we're joined by amazing industry partners. And it's open for anyone who wants to put an engineer to the task of solving these.
And is it like a physical house, or is it like a virtual
house here
environment?
In Gothenburg? It's a physical house here in Gothenburg, but of course anyone can join from around the world.
And what do you see there if you go there?
So what I mean, we know that, you know, one part of what we need to do at Polestar is to design really nice looking performance cars that can rival a fossil fuel version, right? And that is one part of our sustainability challenge. The other part is to acknowledge the fact that electric cars are not clean. And we need to have a very progressive sustainability agenda if we are to transition into electric mobility in a sustainable way. And part of that is really decarbonizing the supply chains of the automotive industry. We've all set our net zero targets. I'm guessing all of the companies in this room have a net zero target. But do you have a roadmap on how to get there? No one could really tell me when we set our net zero target in 2040, what solutions will we bring in after 2030 that can help us continue decarbonize? Up until 2030, we basically know what kind of solutions we need, and we've been able to implement them in our car programs in a way that we've cut emissions every year. But after 2030, it's rocket science, basically.
Yeah.
So that's why we launched this project.
Like, so you're sort of in a mystery world. You've got a sort of way to go forward, but after 2030, or it's like a mist. And how does EVS help you then? How does this help you?
Well, I mean, we need to collaborate. If we are to really use these solutions to secure that electric mobility becomes sustainable, it's not a good idea to just wait around for the supply chain to fix this and then we pay a green premium. We need to collaborate. We need to jointly invest in supporting these solutions and amazing companies that are working on these engineering challenges in a way that is sustainable for our industry. So coming together early on and doing research, together with, for example, Swedish steelmaker SSAB. It's a very good example of a company who wants to change. And if we, as their end customers, come in at an early stage with our engineers, we can really, in an efficient way, secure that they create solutions that are usable and can be scaled quickly. So, for example, SSAB Zero is a fantastic low carbon steel that has come out of that type of collaboration.
Collaboration is a word I've heard a lot. And you've been here around for 3 days. Is there a sort of conversation or a sort of session or a sort of report that you read that really stood out for you, that you said, well, this is really what sort of made me change?
I mean, the red thread between all of the talks here has been all of the worrying tendencies that we all experience. A lot of, some policymakers making a lot of noise in the world, creating turbulence and worry.
I think that is the majority, but there's other things happening as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I want to secure that, yes, we acknowledge the problems, that we don't despair. That we don't despair over the situation, that we use it to take action, and that we quickly get into solution mode. And I also think that it's so important for us as an ecosystem to now be more communicative, to really talk about what we can do instead of focusing on, all of the problems that we have. Towards policymakers, for example, that we send very clear signals in terms of our capabilities and our strategies, that they, for example, need to stay committed to any, for example, climate targets that they have set, because we can meet them. We need to talk in a very positive and proactive way towards our stakeholders, customers, consumers, to really shape a new way of talking to the consumers. And this is where I feel that we have been successful at Polestar in really starting up an honest conversation with our consumers that hopefully makes them trust and believe in us in this very fundamental change that we're asking them to do.
I like what you say, because what you see, I think it's a technical word, and it's a bit of a, there's lots of technical stuff going on in the electric world, and so we're sort of shifting towards a more, we need to open up more, and that means that you have to communicate with all sorts of groups, policymakers, and not say, oh, they're doing things wrong and they don't listen. If they don't listen, you have to make them listen, and you have to find a way to communicate with them. Is that what you're saying?
And I'm hearing that they want us.
Yeah.
They want us to communicate what we know and what we need. Yeah. So I'm so excited about this ecosystem and for example, the e-mobility Europe network that we now have, and how we can really be more of a part of the change within Europe and also within, the global society. Us brands who stand for this new exciting time in our industry.
It is another time in industry, so that demands other things as well. So the EVS have shifted, and I think the discussions are shifting, and we have to step up to, get a broader audience for what we're doing, and that means also collaboration and better communication.
Yes,
yeah.
We need engineers and communicators.
We need engineers and I think that's a nice bridge, and time is running so fast, and we need to leave this beautiful city of Gothenburg virtually.
It's been a bit windy.
Not in our hearts.
It's been a bit windy, and
it's a bit windy.
Yeah. Come again, and we will fix some more sun.
Let's see in 5 years whatever. Can I thank you for this conversation, and please give her a round of applause for this contribution. Good luck with everything you're doing. Okay, I said we're almost going to say goodbye to Gothenburg, but Maciej MAZUR, he's the president of this organization, E-Mobility Europe, that organized this wonderful, wonderful EVS. Maciej, I would like to give you the floor. There he is. Good luck.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's over. EVS is coming to an end. That's a moment that is really, for I think all of us, unbelievable, because I think most of you, or even all of you, are fully aware that EVS takes place in Europe only every 3 years. So that's why it's really difficult to believe that the project that we were working on as Mobility Europe for the last 2 years or even more is coming to a close. So it's something really unbelievable that tomorrow we do not have this acronym EVS on our to-do list. Luckily, and I've got to bring my son to the stage as well, because I learned from Chris that it's a good way to make a good speech. Luckily, tomorrow it's my 4th birthday of my son, so I can be focused on my son's birthday instead of being focused that I do not have anything to do because EVS is over. I truly hope that those 3 days were for all of you great ones, meaningful, valuable. I hope that you spent here really interesting hours here on this stage and everywhere else in this magnificent venue. I've got one regret, that I was unable to be everywhere and I was unable to hear all the panel discussions, all interesting discussions that I should probably be attending. I can give you some numbers, because always numbers are interesting, and I got them from Raphael. I can tell you that there were exactly 3,783 participants, and that is huge. They were from 55 countries. 55 countries were with us here in Sweden. We were working with 30 sponsors, having 150 exhibitors. There were 450 speakers on this stage and on all the other stages. We had 48 scientific sessions, and we had 10 technical visits. So that was quite a lot. Something what you've heard quite often over the last 3 years was that electrification reflects both promise and pressure. Promise is pretty clear. Cleaner air, quieter cities, smarter infrastructure, affordable vehicles. But there is as well pressure. rethinking supply chains, investing in a whole new ecosystem, and transforming the way how we move ourselves and how we move tons of goods. I think that the way we balance competition and collaboration will define our collective future. And that is exactly why such an event as EVS is so important. This event would not be possible without truly exceptional cooperation. And let me begin by thanking incredible team, E-Mobility Europe team. Huge applause. Chris, Katerina, Rafael, Gorkem, Gabriele, Daniel, Banita, and of course Bart as part of the board that was super involved in this huge success that we had. A warm thank you as well to our local partners, business region of Gothenburg. It was great to have you here with us, and I think that for the next host cities, the bar is on extremely high level. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much as well. Yeah, huge applause as well. Thanks a lot to GL Events team. They are all over the place, and all the people who make this event happening, who are really doing great job, because they were able and they done it. They changed the slides into reality. And that's why I can be here on the stage. We are, of course, deeply grateful to all our partners, all our sponsors. Because of them, we can be here. We can host EVS here in Sweden. So there are so many of them that I'm not going to go through. 30 sponsors, 150 exhibitors, and many partners. But really, thank you. Thank you very much. And of course, at the end, last but not least, I would like to thank all the participants, because this event is for you, and we are super happy that we can host such an international event. I think that you cannot think of any more international event than EVS. But as something ends, something else begins, and EVS will return to Europe in 3 years. Next edition travels to United States, Long Beach, California. I can tell you something, but please do not tell our colleagues from the States. But I heard that they are really working on something huge there. And they are really doing everything to make the next edition even better. They are even working already on some side events. Probably you know one of those side events. Exactly during EVS, they were managed to find a way to get their happening FIFA World Cup, because that's happening in Los Angeles next year. So huge congrats. Genevieve is going to tell you more about it, how to get free tickets, for example. Ask her. But from me, that's all for this year's edition. Once again, thank you very much. It was a huge pleasure to see you all. And I truly hope that we're going to meet as soon as possible somewhere on the road to zero-emission mobility. It was a huge thing for us to be here in this magnificent city, in this great location, and we are already regretting that this is the end. Thank you very much.
I'm so happy to see that here at the EVF that the scientific program still is a global one.
It's always the new innovations which inspire you to build an even bigger, faster, more high-quality network.
We can't do it on our own, so we really need Europe, industry, we need innovative entrepreneurs, national governments, and all of these parties are together here at Congress like EVS38.
The main thing if you're visiting the EVS is to just feel the vibe of all the organizations who really want to solve the issues and the problems. Every year you come here, you can really see the big movements that are being made.
Yeah, I know at the Olympics they always say these were the best games ever, and I think this was the best EVS ever. So, Maciej, also thank you to you. So, but this was it. Gothenburg. Goodbye, Gothenburg, and welcome Long Beach. So, Genevieve, could you come onto stage and tell us all about Long Beach, how we get tickets, because that triggered me. Okay, an extra reason to come.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you happy?
I am happy. I'm excited, and I'm so proud of you all for sticking it out to the very end here.
It is. They did a wonderful job. What do you want to say about Long Beach? I'm so excited. What's going to happen there?
Well, first, I want to say thank you to eMobility Europe. What a really wonderful event you've put on. I appreciate this great, powerful, influential assembly. And I'm very excited to, as Chris said, EVS is all about connection, and bringing EVS39 to Long Beach, California is a great way to continue that connection. It's a really stellar location. They have beautiful facilities. They have the glorious California coastline. As Maciej mentioned, which I was going to roll out myself. Also, great entertainments. Obviously, Los Angeles is close, and World Cup soccer will be close as well. So there's lots to see, lots to learn, and we're really, really excited.
You want to tell, you've got a speech, I see. So
yes. We actually, yeah, I say let's roll the tape.
I think let's roll the tape. Let's see what they're gonna look forward to.
Yeah.
Let's roll the tape. Great. Well, that is an appetizer. I look forward to it.
It's going to be great.
I have to tell something cheesy to the audience.
Yes, I have something cheesy for you in a delicious way. So thanks to all of you, EVS, the EVS community is what makes this series so amazing. And so for you all who are here, and we want you so much to be in Long Beach, we have a special online EVS39 flash sale 10. Go quickly, don't sleep on it. It will be the cheapest you can get there, so sign up and register today.
And so is it like until 12 o'clock tonight, or?
It's a little bit longer.
It's a bit longer.
A little bit longer.
A bit longer beach.
But
yeah.
act quickly.
Okay, I think we will do that. And you know, I've been there, it's wonderful, but I was just going to ask, the party they had, the EVS party yesterday, that was, I think, the biggest, the best. Are you going to organize a party like that as well?
Well, I think it will be like that, just better.
Okay, promise. Okay, I think let's do something official now, because, you know, there's this baton, we have to bring the official baton from Gothenburg to Long Beach. So I want to ask the whole team of E-Mobility Europe, Ulrike, Gothenburg, please come on stage, and then we're going, and you are going to stand here, of course, so we're going to all give, whoa! Let's get everyone on stage, why not?
Okay.
Woo! Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Maybe big.
Okay.
Maybe big or... Well, this is the official moment, huh, Ulrike?
From Gothenburg to the US, wishing you lots of luck and many, many sleeping pills to survive.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And I would say thank you to, this is the whole team that has been working. Maciej already mentioned them, but you know, for the last time, give them a big round of applause. Gothenburg, E-Mobility Europe, and we wish the next EVS people good luck. And with this, we end EVS 38. So go enjoy Gothenburg if you're still here, or go do whatever, clean up your booth. But I think, you know, and have a very nice Midsummer Night's Nacht, because that's going to start here now. Thank you so much. See you next year.